One that discuss group 2 finance. Beyond the annual government budget and CSR. Who is to pay for the developing deep trauma and disaster management resources for the citizens? How, why, and how sustainable? I think that's very important. But there are not enough people who want to discuss the finance. If we don't have enough people wanting to discuss the finance, we won't discuss it. Enough? Okay.
How many times can we vote? They said, how many times can people vote?
How many times can you vote? Once.
Yes, once.
And then we have building services from the ground up. Who is to do what? How can capacity existing human resources be maximized? How can the services fit into existing health and social welfare and individual support structure? We have 2 people. And then the package and the delivery. What is the role of government, ministries and agencies, ministries of health, social welfare, women's development, human life, all the ones that you see there. What is the role of the organized private sector? What's the role of NGOs? Who owns the agenda? They are change how do we think, controls, coordinate. So that's actually the outcome we are going to have. So that one is a discussion. So I think number 3. We'll touch on number 3. We'll touch on number 3, building services from the ground up and things like that, because we do. But the
coordinator of the session was the mic will go around very short. Each of the panelists will make short statements on one or other of the big questions. There are 4 key areas. Okay, and then people will now come in their interest areas, no particular order.
That works very nicely. So, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I think this is a very important moment for you guys to give us your feedback, give us your ideas. Tell us what you think should be done the way forward. Now, for us to get on moving, to facilitate you giving ideas, I've got 4 panelists here, and I'll start from my father. This gentleman who is a specialist in theory of change. Maybe you can tell us, say something. And then listen very carefully, because we'll be coming back to you for you to give us the feedback. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll be talking briefly on the package and the delivery. And as you will notice on that list, a lot of agencies are listed. Now the problem usually is that we have a lot of agencies doing different things, some of them cross-cutting, some of them overlapping. But what we have always had problem with is in integrating the activities of these agencies in such a manner to produce one singular result, especially when what they do cross-cut one another. And of course, usually what happens after that is duplication and sometimes even conflict, because this is my own talk, this is not your own talk. So I think one of the directions we need to go on disaster management is to first identify the stakeholders or people that are potential stakeholders and existing framework that are already put in place, and see what part of their function is related to disaster management for those who are on the edge and those who are really in the sector, to know exactly what they do and see how we can streamline the activities in such a way that roles are well defined, people know exactly what they want to do, and they can coordinate among themselves to deliver on a simple result. Applying the theory of change also, we can identify, when we have identified the interventions that needed to be done, the things that needed to change. We can find how this fits into different agencies, so that when we come up with a map, which is like a roadmap towards achieving the goal, we can identify where each of these agencies come in and what role exactly they are going to play. But it will be very critical that we have this system working as one single entity, rather than when everyone is just doing their own and is uncoordinated. And just like it has been mentioned earlier, maybe an NGO like Aart, which is outside of the core framework, can now serve as some kind of coordinating to ensure that everyone is, to provide leadership as well to all these other agencies that are supposed to play one role or another. But we still welcome ideas as to how exactly can this be done, because if we don't hear the voice of those who are potential stakeholders as to what they consider to be areas of possible conflicts and all, so that we can tease it out and say, this is the best way to arrange this.